was one of the jobs that we had. It was a kid's birthday party place, and I was just working there, and he had it kind of as a filler job after he finished working for Disney, and then he was trying to get back with parks. So he came to work there just for some extra money, and that's where we met.
I met her when I first saw her. I was actually coming down a hallway, and she called me in the corner of my eye, and later to find out that, you know, I would meet her again up front through my sister. So that's how we met.
My first impression of Jason was, he's pretty cute. He just walked by me. I was behind the desk at Pump It Up. He just walked by and thought he was cute, and then Jessica, which was one of my coworkers, introduced us, so it was just, my first thought was, I think I like him. He looks good.
I was just curious who this girl was that kept staring at me. She kept looking at my butt and just looking at me. No, I'm just kidding. Just her hair is really what took me away, because she has that, you know, really long gold hair. So that was my first impression, was that she has, it's weird, but she has some really nice hair. And then the rest is history. Well, we've been, I think, dating now for three and a half years, or we've known each other for 3.5 years, and it's been debated what our first date actually is.
There could be 2 first dates. We haven't really decided which one was our first date, but what I think our first date was at the carnival. Jessica, Jason, and I, we went to the carnival.
It was a local carnival, and it was our first time and possibly the last time we ever go to one, because it was empty, there's no one there, so we were flying through all the rides, and I just couldn't take all the shaking and spinning, so we got one ride, the zipper.
He was about to throw up in the zipper next to me, so it was a pretty interesting first date, but if I can put up with that on a first date, then I think we're pretty good. So we got up to a comfortable start.
It was the most embarrassing moment at that time. So, and after that, I felt the sickness go over. It was a good date either way.
Our first kiss was actually here on the beach. He invited me just to go out on a date one night. It was a total surprise, but we came here to the beach, and we walked to the beach, and then we were just watching the waves, and we were looking up at the stars, and so we laid down just looking up at the stars, and then we were just talking, and he asked me to close my eyes, and that's when he kissed me. I did not expect that it was coming, but I know that he had it all planned, and it was pretty awesome.
Amazing first kiss, and I don't think she expected it, which made it nice.
I knew that I was in love with Jason. I don't remember the exact time, but it was before I moved to Orlando, and we would take day trips up to Disney World, and it was our Epcot trip, and I just knew that we both loved to go on adventures, and we both loved to have fun. We both loved Disney. We got along super great, and I just knew that I loved him then. And it was even at Epcot that when we were having fun just during the day, I love you slipped out, but I don't know if he heard or not, but that was also the time that he told me that he loved me for the first time also.
Elizabeth and I are most alike in the fact that at first we're very creative in everything we do. We enjoy doing creative things. We also enjoy adventure in everything we do. We try to make it fun and exciting and not the norm. We're both very driven and motivated, both in our relationship and our professional and our educational career. So that's probably how we're both similar the most.
Jason and I are most alike in many different ways. We both like to set goals and achieve them. We're both very hardworking. Also, we love to have adventures and travel to different places and try new things, and we like to just have fun together. Whatever we're doing together is just, that's what we like to do, and we're most alike in those ways, that we just like to have fun and be productive with our time.
were multiple times that it really hits me that she was the one, Elizabeth was the one I wanted to marry. The first one probably being when she graduated with her associates, and that's because I saw how driven and motivated she was, and it was contagious. It captured me, and she really made me the person that I could truly be. When I'm around her, I'm the best me. She made me the best me, so that's when it really hit.
It first occurred to me when I was going to marry Jason, when he really showed that he had an interest in his future goals, and when he really got back into the swing of things with school and with work and setting goals for himself and really focusing on his future. And so that is a huge thing for me, definitely, to have somebody in my life that, you know, really sets their priorities and achieves the goals that, you know, will help them in their future. I proposed.
It was a long period of planning that she really had no idea about. I think I started planning in probably May or June of the months prior. And through that process, there was a lot of planning as far as getting approval from her parents, from her older brother, discussing it with her roommate, and coordinating it all with a bunch of different people.
I proposed.
I proposed.
I proposed.
I proposed.
I proposed. No, I'm just kidding. So, Jason proposed in Magic Kingdom, and it was honestly the most special day in my life. He proposed at Magic Kingdom on my birthday, and I really had no idea that it was coming. Carissa, my best friend, was in the whole plan also, and she worked with Jason, and I thought it was just her and I going to dinner on my birthday, and little did I know we were going to Magic Kingdom.
Unsuspected on her part, and the only way I was able to pull that off was to plan on her birthday, because if it was any other day, anything extra special I did, she would kind of might jump to, because we had been discussing it, not that much, but enough to where I think she would have caught on. So I planned it for her birthday, which was the middle of the week, and I also planned the day because I technically had class that night, so I can work at work. She wouldn't realize I'd be in Orlando, so I worked with her roommate and some other people, and I planned this big scavenger hunt, just right when she got out of class. The whole story was she thought she was going to dinner with her roommate.
All ready and everything to go out to dinner. I went to class, and then as soon as I got back from class, Carissa handed me a huge gift bag, and in that gift bag was a card and a note from Jason, and then also an outfit. And in the card and the note, it was instructing me that I was not going to dinner with Carissa, and that her and I were going on a scavenger hunt through Magic Kingdom, and I was to put on the outfit in the bag and let's go. So Carissa started rushing me out of the house, and I didn't know what was coming, but as soon as we got downstairs, there was a limo waiting for us to take us to Magic Kingdom. And then at Magic Kingdom, we met a photographer, which I didn't know either. And the photographer followed us throughout the park, and we went clue to clue. There were about 5 or 6 clues, and
When going up there, because I went to Orlando that morning. On the way up there, it was cloudy and stormy, and I was a little nervous because this was an outside proposal, and I really didn't want to get messed up as far as with rain or storm. So I got up there. I was kind of rushed because I left a little late, and I got on the ferry boat to go to Magic Kingdom. And on the way there, I prayed and I hoped it wouldn't rain, and it actually cleared up. It turned out to be a beautiful night. No storms, no rain, but it was enough cloud covers that it kept a little cool as the night turned into the night. And I was nervous, because I got there earlier. I was in Magic Kingdom waiting for it to happen. I was going through the scavenger hunts, and I had people place all around the park putting clues, so I would kind of know where she was. And every time she got to another clue, I got a little more nervous. Then finally she got the last one, which involved her coming out to a wishing well fountain thing, and she had to put a blindfold on, and that's when I kind of ran out. And I rehearsed the perfect speech. I had it ready to go. I had a plan. And the moment she took that blindfold off, my mind just went blank. And she hugged me because she was happy to see me, and that's when I had to tell her to hold on.
that's when he proposed, and I was not expecting it at all.
And I don't know exactly what I said. I don't think it came out clear at all. But I know I got down on one knee, and I know when I said that clear, I said, "Will you marry me?" And it's funny, she didn't say yes right away, and I think she was just shocked. I had to ask her for an answer again because she was kind of just smiling. And then she said yes, and we took a bunch of pictures. And what's funny is a little after that, she called her mom and told her. And she didn't remember that I got down on my knee. She doesn't remember any of that. She blacked out, so I had to wait for the photographer to send the pictures to prove to her that I did, but it was fun. So it was perfect.
The most romantic thing Jason's ever done was probably the proposal. Everything that was involved with the proposal just blew me away, and he'd been planning it for months. He asked my parents, he asked my big brother for permission, and the whole thing all around was just super romantic because he put so much time and effort into it, and it really showed me how much he loves me.
To me, I think guys are romantic. I think girls are thoughtful. And she's done a lot of thoughtful things. Probably the biggest thing was one, my graduation party. For me, I wasn't big on celebrating my graduation. To me, it was just do the thing. But it was a big surprise party. Everyone was very thoughtful and creative. She had all these different foods that represented me and what I like. And she brought all my friends and coworkers and family members. And that was probably one of the most thoughtful things. Besides that, it was another. But when I think the first my birthday that she was up there, I went up there and she planned this whole big weekend. A lot of adventures and a lot of stuff that I like, so I think those are two biggest things.
So the funniest thing that's happened during our relationship would probably be our first date in the zipper when he was dry heaving. It was definitely the funniest thing because it was the first time hanging out, and something like that happened. So, I mean, pretty embarrassing for him, but it was really funny. Now we can laugh at it.
At the time, it was the most embarrassing moment for me, but just thinking back, we were inside that little car. I felt like I was throwing up. She was dead silent, not making a sound, not moving, and I remember looking at her face. She looked so scared, but looking back, it's probably the funniest thing that we went through. Celebrating us and making that next step, really starting our lives together. Also being with a lot of family and friends and being able to share that day with all those closest to us and just making a day about us and enjoying us.
The thing I'm looking most forward to on our wedding day would be just a day for us. I think we're very selfless people, so we really enjoy putting other people first, but on our wedding day, I think it's going to be really nice to have all of our friends and family there celebrating us, and Jason and I, like our families and everything like that, becoming one. So I think, like I said, the thing I'm looking most forward to on our wedding day is just celebrating us being together for the rest of our lives. My hopes and dreams for the future would be to travel with Jason and just enjoy each other's company and have fun and grow in our jobs.
Have fun in everything we do, not to take anything too serious, and to enjoy continuing our adventures. Growing professionally is another thing, but I think mostly just enjoying each other throughout our lives. That'd be my biggest dream.
In a few years, we would like to have kids and just continue on with life with each other. Florida. I don't know if we could handle the cold every winter and snow. We can visit it, but I don't know if we can live in it. And but the reason I choose Florida is because you have a beautiful beach, and yes, it's hot almost every day of the year, but it's just beautiful, and I love people around here and the scenery and everything like that. So I would pick somewhere in Florida.
I enjoy Florida. I enjoy the atmosphere. A lot of the opportunities here as far as fun things to do. you have sun almost all year round, which I do enjoy the sun, so it's nice having that option of being stuck inside because of the cold. We might visit cold areas, but I think Florida would be the place for us.
For our honeymoon, we are going on a cruise out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. It is a 7-night cruise, and we're hitting all of the southern Caribbean islands. We are super excited about that. It'll be Jason's first time out of the country, technically, and we're really looking forward to that. We're going to have so much fun.
Kids, I know when we originally started, talking, we said 5 years, but I'm gonna say 3 to 4, just knowing, both our families are gonna want kids soon. So 3 or 4 years. I want 1 boy, 1 girl. She wants twins, so I told her she has to have twins the first time, and it has to be 1 boy, 1 girl. So we're definitely keeping it even. So it's 2 or 4. It's a whole mathematical equation here. It's designed around Disney. You'd be surprised because every ride is designed for a family of 4. So we stick with 4 people in our family, so 2 kids. End of story.
I want twins. I know you can't really plan that, but I want twins. I want them to be identical twins, but I also want an even number. So I guess that means I want 4 kids, but I don't really want to pay for all of their college funds. So that's something still up in the air, but we have time to plan that.
I love Elizabeth because she is probably one of the most amazing people I've ever met. She's very, selfless, very caring of others. She puts herself in everything she does, very motivated, and her love knows no boundaries. She's just the most amazing person, and she makes me the best me. Sweat rag. It's different because I believe she was made perfectly for me, and I think I was made perfectly for her. So I'd say most different in that we're made for each other, and she's Elizabeth.
Jason, because there are so many attributes and characteristics about him that show that he strives in life and that he just puts so much time and effort into what he does, whether it's for himself and his future, whether it's for me, whether it's for his family, for my family, and it's just, I love Jason because he's Jason and there's no one else like him. What makes Jason different from any other man out there is that he shows me that he cares so much for me and for what he does, and he's just different, and that's why I love him.